Hello, people. It's me again. In this case, in this scenario situation, again, in my recollection of what it means nowadays to work in different work environments, we will discover that we all have a lot, sometimes a lot of explanation to do. I remember clearly, and this happened through the years, which is sad, very sad. It's about my boss's or my old boss's partner or wife or whatever. I don't know. I don't know their status. I don't know if they were married or not. So the IT manager's partner at U.S. District Court of Puerto Rico. One thing again that I honestly don't think was appropriate at all. I mean, I never mentioned it to anybody. I did not complain to HR, to be honest. But I noticed a lot of people when they commented on her, in essence, and to the point, they all said she was crazy. I would always overhear people say these things. People at different levels, people at different departments and positions, obviously. But it's sad. It's sad to, because hey, if people have health issues, they have health issues. If that is the case, I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not. I mean, I did notice behavior, coming from her that was just not normal. There were times when, personally, I thought that she was drunk. That's the body language that she gave off. On occasions, not all the time. I remember one of the IT guys say that she's probably medicated or over-medicated at times, and that's why she behaves that way. But for the most part, I think that the term that I did not like to hear was that she was just a nutcase, that she was crazy, and that's what Again, that's the rumor. Again, this is more rumor than anything else, but. Hey, I'm basically describing once again the work environment of today, of the modern world, etc. Now, this is language that you can find at home. This is language you can find in the neighborhood and say, hey, the neighbor, yeah, he's a little crazy for whatever reason. At church, yeah, the priest himself is a little nutty. You can, people gossip no matter where you're at, including the workplace. But the reason why I point this out is because, like I've emphasized many times before, I know we make believe that we have the perfect work environment and that only some people are bad or some people say things that are incorrect or improper. Well, no, there's a lot of people I would say almost everybody at work, unfortunately, has something to say about somebody else. And it's not necessarily the best comment or point of view, etc. But the only way we're going to ever get rid of improper behavior, comments, etc. is acting like robots. And I remember one time I even, via my texts that I had sent Mr. Lopez, I even mentioned that because, no, it's impossible. It's impossible to have the perfect, work environment where nobody comments anything out of the norm or out of the expected language. Heck, even judges. I mean, I've overheard judges say things. Like I said, Morgan curses like crazy. But he's protected. And like I mentioned, Besosa likes looking at girls' behinds. But the point is, I think we as a society could get better. I don't think removing people, terminating people because they said something that's not popular or is not good is the best way. I think the quality of trainings, in my opinion, really pretty much sucked. Again, they spend more time babbling than actually giving clear and precise instructions. And that and that would apply to both men and women. But honestly, almost all the trainers I've ever seen are pretty much 99% women, and they babble too much. They don't. They should be more specific. They should be more to the point, and they should include everyone, men, women, and gays, as to their behavior and their conduct and their language. But again, this is something I did not like. I felt bad because hey, health issues, especially mental or emotional health issues. We all have family members. Everybody. I believe everybody in every family has a member this way. So we should be more considerate in this case. But yeah, U.S. District Court, I do remember a lot of people always say, oh, she's crazy, oh, she's nutty. I even heard people say, in the IT department, that her quality of work was very poor, and that her husband or spouse, or, in other words, the IT manager, was carrying her more than anything else. And some insinuated that her salary was actually being generated by his work effort. Basically the IT manager was holding up two jobs and just having her there as a puppet to collect the salary. Again, very sad language, disturbing language, critical language. And like I said before, on this channel, I'm speaking raw. And I'm not even raw as I could be worse. Believe me, I could be worse. And I'm trying not to be worse. Worse in the sense that I don't want to be as raw or as hurtful as I could be. There's the neighbor with the motorcycle. But these are things that, again, that you see and hear. So once again, every time I use the expression to HR, he without sin cast the first stone. Look, I'm not exaggerating at all. You guys can see by all these videos, I was not exaggerating at all. Not one bit. And I don't know it all. If I were God and I saw everybody's life there, believe me, I could probably tear everybody apart into little pieces. Because again, I'm just a human being. And my understanding is limited because of what I've seen and heard. Is not just gossip. And by the way, I think I mentioned this before. Somebody there told me that how they got together, Mr. IT manager and his spouse. I don't want to mention their names. I feel creepy in mentioning their names, but you guys know, who they are. If you're an employee out there, which you shouldn't be watching these videos to begin with, according to my disclaimer. But again, please, the hypocrisy is horrendous. Horrendous. The hypocrisy from the clerk, from HR. You guys are just pure idiots to think that people even like most of you. You're not liked. Honestly, if you guys yourselves can read people's minds, if HR, if Agnes, if Ada, if you can read people's minds, believe me, your self-esteem will drop to crap levels. Because most people don't like you guys for many reasons. And I've heard them, I've heard people express themselves. Not only about you guys, about everybody else. And I'm pretty sure they've done the same thing about me too, because, again, nobody's loved 100%. Nobody. But the bigger point here is the comments. The comments about the crazy wife of the IT manager that I've heard through the years. I've never said anything about it. But it's sad. It's sad. Really sad. I hope the best for them. If she has, if she has issues, hey, we all have family members like that. I know my son, has issues. So that's why I was not that critical when it came to her. But it doesn't sound good when, again, the comments of many are that he is pretty much doing two jobs and has her there as a puppet. Sorry, the image went away. Here's my fingers. But it's sad, honestly. This is something we should not have to deal with. But once again, and hear it clearly again, people at anywhere at HR, he without sin cast the first stone. You guys should not be idiots and think that this person's comments, like in my case, because obviously it's pointing back to me, that it's the end of the world. No, believe me. And I know some of you guys in the HR area did not like it when Antio and Georgie came on board. Many of you guys did not like it. Many of you guys did not like the DEI inclusion of her, because you guys commented these things. But obviously, you're not going to say much of it because you fear to lose your job, and that's the sad reality. So again, for a so-called crazy lady, hey, sorry that people don't understand. We all have issues. And again, let's not overkill people over comments when we all have comments that we should never have said. All of us. And I'm only a guy that knows, based on what he has seen and heard. If I were a God, I'd probably see so much more. Till next time.